At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order.
Brian can't hear. He thinks Alita has it
I
muted.
unmuted him.
Okay, all right.
And
But does that mean that he can hear though?
We were muted. I was muted.
You were muted,
Yeah,
okay,
so we
okay,
are unmuted and
okay.
he is unmuted now and we could hear him earlier, which is how I know he's unmuted.
Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna do the library reports first.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, Peggy's not here. Yeah, you guys want to go ahead and
In the last month, we have had our lights redone.
Yay.
They retrofitted them to LED. They removed the ballast, so it's direct plug-in light bulbs now. It's a lot brighter.
Yeah.
It's a different type of light. It's a lot better. We really like it. Our air conditioner is kind of messed up at the moment. It's dirty and needs to be cleaned out. He said that every time that it builds up pressure, it shuts off.
Yeah.
And that hot days will make it shut off until it's clean.
Kurt, who is
Kurt
Ian's
Adams,
cousin,
yeah. He
Yeah.
put-
used
I
to work
talked
for
to Kurt-
Greetings.
I talked to Kurt about an hour ago, and he said that the coils were almost completely clogged up, and the
Yeah.
air cannot circulate through it. Therefore, when it's a real hot day, it shuts down.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And he said they need a good clean, and as soon as the board approves it, he will come up and,
oh, you guys don't even need to approve it. It's under our threshold for that.
he needs approval from
I
somebody.
just call him and tell him done.
So,
Yeah, or can you let him know, Ian?
Go ahead
Yeah.
and tell him it's okay to
Yeah.
start.
he's in neon right now.
Yeah, he's,
Okay, no, please.
okay. Anything else, Ian?
Tyler Watts, the post Picasso, has redone our windows up here again. He did it for free.
Yeah,
That is, he did it entirely free. He provided the post-it notes. He came in and took some time. I think it took 3 or 4 days for him to do it.
and what is it? I didn't even
It's
look.
Teenage
Ninja
Mutant Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
I need to pay more attention.
but, that's really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have to bring my grandkids tomorrow.
Yeah.
They saw
see
it and they want to come in.
Uh,
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're,
got two. Sorry.
we asked Greg, the janitor here, to leave the front lights on so you could see from outside.
Right, very cool.
Sorry, go ahead, Ian.
We got our 2 interns.
Mhm.
They started,
Before last week? Week before last week.
yeah, the week before last, and they're doing really good so far. Got them doing inventory right now.
They're so fast.
Great,
Great.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
wonderful,
They're doing
yeah.
great. They're good workers. So
Good.
Is this a year-round program?
they can get a total of like 300 hours,
Yeah, it's just summer.
Okay.
or until they go to school.
So,
So they're
so when
college students.
August comes,
Yeah.
what is it, 7th? So,
Yeah, well, they're starting college.
oh, they're starting college, so
Yeah,
they'll
they're-
be here
Yeah, that's right.
longer.
That's great.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, when they did the lights, they also replaced the lights in the elevator.
Mhm.
So the elevator actually has LED lights too.
Good, and the exit sign.
Yeah,
Right,
they did the
yeah.
exit signs.
and emergency lights.
So
Mhm.
the whole
They look
building.
really good.
For all
Right.
these things?
The downstairs had already been done previously. They did replace the emergency signs and exit lights downstairs as well as upstairs. Yep, that's all I got.
Your turn.
Everything's going fine. Summer is crazy this year. So many kids. Like double what it was last year.
Good.
If you saw the pictures at the end of
Mhm.
your packet,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids.
Crazy. They always be here.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah, that's the fun of it.
Say what?
I
now?
don't know what it is about Roy, but kids love to beat on it. Ever since I've known him, it's been that way.
He encourages.
Well, I
them.
say Better than being on me. You know.
Yeah, I saw my little grandson at that with you.
Uh-huh.
On the internet. Regina?
And the bookmobile,
Have you been driving the
Yeah,
bookmobile too?
what's the
Okay.
number? There's no numbers on there. How many
That's her
patrons
husband who rides it.
do we have?
Mhm.
It's not a lot right now. I've lost so many that they passed on. And some of them after the flood, I don't know where they are anymore.
But
Can't find them.
how many?
Thank you.
I probably see about 11 or 12 people on a regular basis.
He also does the community stops
Yeah.
where he parks.
Mhm, right. Mhm.
Scarlett and I, got a brochure in the mail, from, Centerpoint Large Print. And I called them because I used to use them, when
Mhm.
when Neon was open, I had standing orders. for my large
Mhm.
prints. So I called them to reset up so that we could start ordering from them for Neon. And, they, gave me a deal of if I bought 100 books, they would give me 40% off and free shipping.
Wow.
So, and large prints are really expensive. And, so I ordered 100 large print books, got them really quickly. And, we've already got them cataloged. and
Wow,
ready to go.
terrific.
They have, they have great, deals like that pretty often, so I'd say we'll probably be.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's great.
Also, Shorback, has some good offers too, and they offer different genres and stuff, so we may look fine through them too, for the large prints. That's one thing we didn't get a lot of in our donations. We
Mhm.
didn't get a lot of large prints at
Yeah.
all.
Mhm.
So that's something. Because that was a lot that got checked out.
Right, right. And clarify for me, I know I've asked you before, but the decision to print something in large print has to be the publisher? Is that the way it works? You know, it's a
Yeah.
shame that all these Appalachian novels
Yeah.
are not in large print, because I know a lot of people
The book one
is now. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah.
We also got it in Spanish.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was something Ian did. He ordered a bunch of popular books in Spanish, and that was one of them.
Okay.
We have fairly large Spanish speaking.
Right.
population now, and a lot of people travel through it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be good for us to have some
Right.
language.
Yeah. Be good to take some library cards to the Mexican restaurants.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, you know? Yeah.
But Scarlett and I have used the interns. We have had them packing books, up and down, and all
That's
around.
good.
So they have been really helpful. They helped me go through the bookstore, we sorted and got out a lot that just are not useful for the library. And just,
Mhm.
textbooks and stuff like that, you know, old textbooks that nobody ever uses, the new ones.
Mhm.
But, you know, stuff that's not. So, they helped me do that, and they helped me go through a lot of the stuff in the basement. A lot of stuff there, and brought up a bunch for, we catalog. So,
I hate to be asking all these questions, but just quickly, so what do you do with all those old textbooks? Do you just toss them? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're too old to even because there's the Appalachian Books for Prison Project, and they'll take textbooks, but yeah, that's what they mainly take.
Okay,
But
can you send me their
yeah,
contact
I
stuff?
will. Yeah,
Because
yeah, I have all these communications textbooks that. And I've sent them, I said, I would think that interpersonal communications would be something you would be teaching to incarcerated people, but I haven't gotten an answer from them and I just sent that. But yeah, I'll send you that address.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
A lot of what we end up with is like old medical stuff. and old-
Right, that's outdated. And yeah, yeah.
And old computer stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's.
Which,
Okay,
even the old computer stuff can sometimes be good,
right, considering the computers they have.
but not here.
Right, sure, yeah.
There's still, at the end of a broken down bridge. They had told us that they've made a walkway across the bridge. Put barrels and made a walkway on the side. They're gonna need to walk in that. So we're not, most days we're not have to drive off there.
Park across the street
We cross
and cross over.
and walk over.
Okay, good.
And, we're not using, well, we still have several of our visitors coming in. And we were able to have good card, we want to move it to card guys. I think that's a lot. They decided to really they just park and walk across. To, Good News Gospel Church, which is up in to the fellowship hall there, several folks that come to that, they clean that church. And, it's just too hard for them to come across it all. So they can get better percent, because I don't know. They're still active. Still have folks show up, sometimes I wonder how they. We get really excited when we see somebody crossing the bridge with a paper. Because we now almost like get a
Mhm.
fax done or something.
Oh, yeah.
I just sort of, answer a lot of phone calls. A lot of salesman calls, like, up and running good now. And I was like, I'm still waiting.
I know the community is getting anxious.
They are
Yeah.
getting anxious and it makes me feel bad. Because I always say, oh, no, we're coming back. Very soon, we're gonna miss it. And now I just say, they say, are you for sure coming back? I'm not really, just sort of, it's not that they still come to us. So we're there just doing what we can. And I am going, Michelle contacted me, I'm going to the open house. Set up to see. Just patient.
The restroom? Is that all fixed? Did we report that? Did they get the bathroom fixed so you can use it?
We have.
Okay, but do you
and
still
we
have
had
the,
Lewis Brothers were nice enough to finally,
There's no wall.
we got permission to put up a door, we've got a door on one side. And the other two sides, well, one side's the wall, but upstairs, the other two sides.
garbage
Just
bags?
made up of garbage bags.
Still?
We still have no hot water.
Okay. So is there anything?
But we
can-
got lots of kids.
Okay. Where is the oral history group meeting? I missed that.
Good News Gospel
Okay.
Church.
Is that in Blackie?
Perkins Branch.
Okay. So what can we do about the bathroom? Ally?
Are you guys okay with the garbage bag walls?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It
is the,
blocks outside, so that's all.
is the hot water the most
Well,
worst?
we've gone to.
Because
Well,
I can get a water heater put in.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna need it eventually, aren't they?
Yeah, this
Anyway.
winter,
I
Mhm.
know
can you
they-
imagine going into winter
Yeah,
Yeah,
again?
only thing, because, there were change outs kind of in the plans.
Yeah, we were gonna
Change outs.
elevate, but we can go ahead and get the small tank. Or we can get a tankless.
Yeah, I have a tankless in my.
I have a tankless
It
at
works
home
just
too.
fine.
mm-hmm. Oh, really? I don't.
Goes in the wall.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys put it in this water heater in black.
I'm sure we can, when you get Brian on there asking. Yeah.
Oh, yes. is
Hey,
Brian's-
Brian,
Yes,
can you put us a tankless water heater in Blackie? And
Sure.
And charge us for it
sure. Be
and
glad,
the time?
be glad to help.
Thank you. So that
Yeah.
takes care of one thing for you.
And the walls can't be dealt with because,
There's not really anything to attach walls to. It's,
Until they do construction.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, so it would be something you'd have to
Construction.
take down, okay, yeah.
but
It's not,
doors.
not a lot of privacy, but I guess that's, you got a door anyway, right?
We
I don't
started
know.
out walking across.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's- It's not a short. walk.
right, no, I know,
Do
yeah.
you think there is a need for the board to address the public there, like we did at Neon? I know
Oh.
there's not a city council
Yeah, that's
place or
true.
anything,
Well,
but
maybe just,
I answered them on Facebook, but it's just pending.
yeah,
Right.
well, I tried to tell them.
And you know,
And they've
anytime.
seen other things.
You know, anytime they ask me, I tell them that, yeah, we're working on it. I'm just
Yeah, I
waiting for
think
the
they
architect.
Just want that guarantee that you're not going to drop it and say, well, it's just not worth doing.
Oh, heck no. It's worth doing.
Just,
Mhm.
just maybe just
I will
on
do,
the library side
Yeah.
and share it. They will all
Yeah.
share it. Just said,
on Facebook
yeah.
or on the
Yeah.
website or both.
Both.
Yeah,
Do it on
both, I think.
both, and maybe
Okay.
just put a little piece in the people.
Yeah,
They-
because, but we don't have any renderings of, like that was the thing that made it
Yeah.
more helpful for Neon is they
They
saw
saw.
what it's gonna be. But, and I was thinking that we had that for Blackie, but we don't. I thought we looked at something
We
out
did look
here,
at something,
Yeah.
but
and,
it's not been put on a
That
banner.
wasn't
but I can, no, I did. I
Oh,
made a
did you?
banner.
And
I
is
made
it
a
at
banner,
But
Blackie?
we've got a
Yeah.
banner.
Yeah, it's out front.
Oh, and it shows,
Well, it
Like-
just shows
From the renderings.
from the very first render, it's what's on the inside.
okay,
Those are the only renderings I've
that you
got.
have,
But
okay.
as
um,
far as the plans, I don't think, I think there was still question about what could really be done without something.
Mhm.
I had not been told.
I think Charlie is adding things onto your plans and waiting until we get everything set at Neon so he can reuse some of the stuff we're doing at Neon at Blackie. Some of it. I know some of it won't apply, like we can't brick up the windows at Blackie.
Are you getting questions, H, from citizens?
Excuse me?
Are you
getting-
getting questions from some of the citizens,
Yeah. And they want to,
concerns? And
the biggest question is when.
Yeah,
And I told
we
him, I
can't tell them that.
I said, the reason I can't do that because the bridge is out. When the bridge gets fixed, then the equipment can come in.
well, but we don't, I mean, that's a good answer, but really,
That's not an answer, but
right,
It'll move fast
It'll
as soon
move,
as Charlie can get those plans ready.
that's what we need to
Yeah.
maybe,
push
if
for
we-
is to
maybe
get
if
the
we did
plans.
a sketch, a small sketch, put it in the paper of what Blackie would. A lot of people
Mhm.
vision.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would make, I
But
think that would,
don't tell them when the bridge gets fixed, because there's been enough turmoil and stress over the years.
right,
We don't. Right now they're saying, we were told that we equipment in. Not this past Monday, but the Monday before, it's not in.
oh,
They did come put a few weeks and they make the walkway across the bridge, but
It's until when it is.
But,
Right.
you know, they say it'll take 3 to 4 weeks once they get materials. So you can't guarantee them a date. Just like they can on the bridge, because they have to schedule. They no longer make those plates on the bridge. They have to have,
Yeah, I read that.
because that bridge is like 97 years old.
I can send the Mountain Eagle those renderings, but I'm afraid they wouldn't translate well to the newspaper. Is there like?
Oh, I would think they could reduce
Reduce
those.
them down.
Yeah, they can reduce them down, but I can send them to you if that works, or send them to Ben and Sam.
Just some pictures.
Okay, yeah. that's a good- Yeah, I think having something in the paper as
Yeah.
far as will make
Yeah, I
people
think
feel
we need to
better.
address it.
Right,
because
right.
Yeah.
There's
because
been
it
a lot
is
of
yeah.
concerns.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what we
Yeah.
did at NEM when it kind of
works.
elevated and it
Right.
worked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if there were a city council to go and talk to, I would.
Right, but,
The closest thing is, you know, talking to my people over there.
right.
Okay. Um,
Maybe you're up. Give you a microphone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We had 2 of our summer reading programs, we had about 25 for the first one, and standing room only for the second one, because the sisters brought their
Oh,
kids over.
oh, good.
And Heather came to thank the volunteer students from Georgia who always come to help with that, so Brenda did her bee program, and it was a real success, but she kept them running until they all got to check out the beehives. She
Oh,
always
good.
bakes honey cookies and brings different varieties of honey.
Wow.
They do their own hives and honey. And they all got to taste the honey. And
Now, is this the sisters do all this, you say? No,
Brenda Adams.
Brenda Adams, right, okay, I'm sorry, yeah, okay,
She and her husband
okay,
at beehives and everything. And she's out doing her summer. reading.
okay.
So it was a real success. I was found one last week because it was going to be outdoors. It was supposed to rain. Anyway, she postponed it this week because they're going to go up to the lake and fish. Yeah. But we had book signing with the call from Floyd County, which was on Saturday afternoon, which is usually not a very busy time for us. But he enjoyed looking at our conducting our collection. He loves to talk. And we had some wheelwright connections, so it was a nice visit. And some of the sisters came by this to do enjoy things. So that was a good thing. We've had ladies group, and I don't think they have a name, but there was professional from Southeast Virginia and Southeast Virginia that's met a couple times. Homemakers Club met this month. They started back, they did everything. We got much. We don't have that. Everything else is just small.
Okay, I'm sorry, since I'm taking notes, who was the author that everyone came by and talked to?
Rick Hall. from
Rick
Fort
Hall,
County.
right, of
He
course,
was
right.
here, and then
Yes,
I-
okay.
Compliment Peggy on all the activities that she does.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Okay, next on the agenda, I need approval of the June 24th minutes.
Has everyone had a chance to look at them?
Motion to approve.
Okay,
I'll second.
what was it, June? Yeah, it was June 24th, okay.
June 17th.
Well, June 17th, just a minute.
The regular meeting was June 17th.
Yeah, the
special
regular
call
meeting,
was 26th.
yeah, so are we gonna approve both of them at the same time, or do we need to do them one at a time?
So,
What? Okay, so you're calling right now for
yeah, for
the,
the regular meeting.
the regular meeting is June 17th, okay.
She already submitted it and I seconded.
Okay, who submitted it? You did, Jeanette did, okay.
All in
Okay,
favor, signify by saying aye.
aye.
Now we'll do the
Can I
special
get
meeting.
your autograph on that? Anyway, it's just,
Initials.
thank you. After they're approved.
Okay, for the special,
Special
yeah.
called meeting,
Motion approved.
okay.
Okay, Jeanette made the motion.
Motion to
Alright.
approve the
Cheryl.
meeting minutes for June 17th.
Okay. Cheryl, second, any discussion? If not, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, that was June 24th though, right?
This is
27.
27.
Or 27th,
Yes.
okay, that was right, yeah, okay. So,
Treasurer's report.
It's this. With the little math thing on the front again. I included all of the fiscal report that they sent me. I will have to wait. They're down a couple of people in the office. Somebody got COVID and shared it. And so they're at like half staff, but they sent me the reports. They're attached after this front page. So the general fund has $861,290.31. The business money market has $506,357.20. It's this one.
mhm,
The CD has $103,887.19. And petty cash has $578.54 for a subtotal of $1,472,113.24. And then the state fund account, we got some of those deposits from Kentucky Emergency Management and FEMA. And the total in the state fund is now $1,062,032.77 for a grand total of $2,534,146.01. Did I not give you one?
no, I just gave him mine and then I stole his, so that I would have one.
And since they have been out sick, I don't have the general fund bank statement to send to you, but I have all the others. And as soon as Carrie is back in the office, I will send them all to you. So you will have the bank statements. Somebody want to make a motion
Oh,
to
yeah.
approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Jeanette made the motion to approve, second,
I'll second.
David second. Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign, motion carries.
Okay. This one is the director's financial report on the front and Amazon on the back. And I think I forgot to add in Amazon somewhere, but you've got the total on the second page. I split payments and purchases, so it'd be easier to find all of those.
That's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm, yeah, that makes it easier.
I figured.
Mhm.
Now, did you do this report here?
I did that one.
Okay. So, okay.
Questions?
If not,
Concerns?
I need a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the director's
So you made a
financial
motion?
report.
Mhm.
Any discussion? Not all those approved, signify by saying aye.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Um, In your packet, you had two labeled bookmobile, but really one of them was the Fleming Neon invoices. So
I have a question
Get
on
used to it, yeah.
yes,
on the packet,
yes.
see if I can find it. There's a big, $2 million at the top of the second.
Now, what are we looking at right now?
Is it this?
No, it's included in the packet.
Let me start invoices
Okay,
in the packet. 2 million.
Yeah, there's a. It was included in the packet after the,
Oh, here's a packet.
okay.
yeah.
$220,000. Too late.
That was,
What are you looking at that says that?
it was
Yeah.
It was a big, it was correct out on the total, but on the. Oh, yeah, this one, this one,
It's, oh. Yeah, that's not right.
evidently.
Is that the one I did?
Yeah, it is. And the invoice amount was right
Yeah, the
also.
invoice is right, but the
2,207.28.
Yeah, good for you, AUC, Matt.
it was like 2 million.
Right. I completely.
I missed that. I
Regina's
usually
trying to
just
get a
look at the
$2 million
total.
reimbursement or something. Woo! Pretty sneaky, trying to sneak it by the board.
I got that. Still possible. I've done it.
Right,
I usually just look at the total, so I didn't catch
right,
that.
right. But she's already opened her account in the Cayman Islands to put it in.
That was my question.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
No, they would have caught that. They,
Here you
Yeah.
go, these are for you.
Oh, my
too.
goodness.
Initial.
who's got Legina's?
Well, boy, I vote for getting the AC fixed. I'm just here to tell you.
Yeah. I already,
You know, it's all relative.
I
My,
already told Ian to let,
yeah, him know to come. You know,
Yeah.
you all know Evadine, my cousin Evadine.
yes, we
She,
love her.
yes, she's great. She keeps her AC at her house at 85.
I got my
Well,
decision.
And
No,
she, people come in and say how hot it is, and she says, when you pay my power bill, you can adjust my thermostat.
Yes.
But,
We put a thermostat behind where my mother sits. It'd be
Oh.
96 degrees. when you go in there
know.
sometimes.
I know, I just,
Somebody want to make a motion?
to approve
The vouchers.
the vouchers, yes. Okay,
Okay. Second,
She said second. Oh.
No, she motioned.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, second.
Second?
Cheryl, second.
I was trying to find where y'all were talking on this
Approve
packet.
what do we call them, the monthly vouchers?
Yes,
Okay.
or invoices.
Uh,
I think they're vouchers on the agenda, so.
Okay, okay.
Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Now we get down to the building price.
Thank you, thank you. Tell me your name again?
Mike Baker.
Mike Baker, okay,
Is here from Lewis Brothers.
okay.
the big news is, and Cheryl mentioned it earlier, they've started prepping the building for the new windows. I'm not gonna steal your.
The windows are in the garbage can.
Actually, didn't you guys recycle them or something?
I think they did.
Well, they're in a big bin.
Okay.
There was
yeah.
a glass company there the other day when I went and took pictures for Facebook.
Okay, good, wonderful, that's exciting. Okay, so,
So I'm
so,
here in person and Ryan's on the computer and we're going to present to you the brick colors.
oh, great, okay. Uh-huh.
We're moving.
Good.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Barely. Let me turn off the fan for a few minutes. I'm sorry, everyone.
I know.
Sorry.
But it's okay, it's probably just
Okay.
down there.
Talk, Brian.
Okay, I'll talk loud. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, if everyone can hear me, I apologize for not being there this morning. I'm actually on family vacation and but wanted to participate as much as I can and just give you an update in terms of well, Mike, first of all, just spoke of the brick match. We have located the brick. They say they're still available, so we can maintain the two colors, the accent gray and the primary red. So that's all great news. So and as I mentioned, we've made some progress with removing the old windows and modifying the openings for the new heights. So the entrance doors, as you all know from the last meeting, those are probably the two largest tasks of the entire project is to maintain flood control at the front and the rear doors. Charlie has explored and found a really nice unit, I think, and I'll give you some pros and cons of it. He did not get finalized pricing, but the rep gave him an estimated price of, I think, 32 to 35,000 each. But let me say a little bit about that. Those are automated deploying roller doors, which is a great option for our use. However, they have to have significant structural modifications for the mounting because those doors are very heavy, as you probably would suspect. But ideally, if they were mounted on the exterior side, in my opinion, would be ideal. However, we cannot, or at least with the company that he's explored as of this morning, the hood is 3 feet tall, so we have to maintain 7 feet of for the door usage, as we currently have a 7-foot door plus a 3-foot hood space. Well, we have the existing canopy, which prohibits this particular brand and style to be mounted on the exterior side. So yes,
Cut a hole in the canopy in there.
well, probably not. That may give us some havoc for the years to come. But so I asked the question this morning, could it be mounted to the interior side? And I talked to the rep myself, and he says yes, they can with the proper reinforcing. However, the concern I really have, like I said, these are automatic floodwater activated sensors. Okay, if we mount them to the outside, or I'm sorry, to the inside, of course, the sensors either would have to go on the outside or the inside. I don't know how practical it would be to have the sensors inside, the water coming in before they shut, or even if the sensors are outside, the concern I have is from just a malfunction or vandalism. When would you ever really know if that sensor got damaged, the night before? Is the sensor going to work? That kind of thing. So, anytime you have automation, we think this, but there's always a risk of failure. And in these circumstances, failure would not be an option, or at least we would certainly hope not. So, yes, I like the automation as much as you all like it, but the risk, obviously these doors may never work. We hope they never have to work. But it may be 5 or 10 years before they're activated. And so I don't know
Have a remote sensor outside with the door inside.
yeah, I assume the sensors would need to go on the outside. And like I said, if they're mounted to the inside, yes, that reduces the vandal risk. But just say if they just simply do not, function, 5 years from now or 10 years from now, that's a little concern. So,
But
like
they
I
have
said,
to be either inside or outside. It wouldn't be possible to have sensors on both.
well, that may be an option. That may be an option. I did not honestly ask that question this morning. Charlie had been talking, and he shared this information with me last week. And then, but when I was looking at the details, it showed the mounting essentially to the outside, and so I knew we had a height issue with the canopy. So I asked the question, could it be mounted to the inside this morning? And he says yes. That hood, just to give you an example, that hood weighs about 1,250 pounds with the dowel retracted. So it's going to take some structural reinforcing, and that's okay. I mean, either door that we do, and I'll share the next option with you here just in a minute, but either one's going to take some structural modification, and I knew that, and that's okay. But like I said, the sensors are a little concerning to me. But now the other beauty of this system here, if we go this route, we can basically maintain the same style of storefront entrances that we have now. I mean, yes, they'll be new, but be the same style. You'd have essentially the same amount of glass minus that transom area overhead. You've got a 2-foot transom overhead. So if you could envision this hood blocking that, wait a minute. That's on the exterior. If we mount it to the interior, we verified this morning, we should have enough head height to hold it above that transom. So yes, you would essentially have the same view as you have today if we go with this system and mount it to the inside, and we're all comfortable with the sensors. And I can ask, those sensors may be something that you just, replace once every, 5 years. I don't know, but we can explore that with Charlie. And I know we'll have to engage a structural engineer, and I talked to Charlie about that last week and shared with him who the structural engineer was of the original building, and that was Pogue Engineers in Lexington. And of course, Charlie knows them very well also. So we just need to engage Pogue and see what limitations we have and let them design some structural details. But so I guess that's probably certainly asking any more questions you have on the automated rolling doors. But yeah, like I said, if we get comfortable with the sensors and the risk level associated with those, that's fine with me. But
What would be the
yeah.
difference between a heavy rain setting off the sensors if they're outside?
In that case, the door would just shut. Now, that's a good point, H. The other, I guess, I wouldn't say a problem, but maybe an inconvenience. What you just said there, just say if it shuts. So that door shuts. Then at that point, you really don't have an exit way of that building. If both are, perhaps, it's raining, you get the splash on one side, not the other. I mean, maybe there's a chance the back one doesn't shut or vice versa. But so if those doors did shut and the building, it was during, normal hours, I guess there's a period of time that you can't get out of the building without a manual override.
Nerve-wracking.
So good point. I'm not sure how, if you shield that with a, and I assume those sensors probably do have some kind of hood or covering or a small shade over it to prevent the normal rain fall. But one thought I had is this, say a kid goes by and says, kind of kicks it. What is that right there? That kind of thing. Because, that's where those are going to have to be mounted, is down near the floor line. So another thing, which we do have the big, the canopy, the existing canopy, and I thought of it, like a snowfall, just a blizzard condition, that kind of thing.
What about
how
a wire cage around the sensor?
I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe, and I would assume, being that they make these doors, I'm sure there's probably, they probably have controls and measures in place for instances what we're just talking, and I'm just not familiar if they do or they don't, but that's obviously something we will continue to explore with them. But as at this moment, the sensors are my concern, and they may not be, that maybe they shouldn't be, but we will continue that.
Okay.
So the second option we have, and
Brian, before you move on, what did you say the price of those doors are? So
35 and 37.
35 and 37,000.
32 and 35. I'm sorry.
32 and 35.
Okay.
That Charlie had expressed to me. Now, he did not have a quote. That was the rep telling him that just verbally.
Okay.
Now, the reinforcing, you have to have concrete or steel. So I would envision, at least 2 steel columns and a steel beam overhead, and maybe some wood framing to hide the hood or not hide the hood. And then, like I said, consulting with a structural engineer. So, and that was not installation. So I'm still trying to get familiar with the installation process, but say 35 and 35, 70 plus the modifications. I could easily see the steel modifications for those 2 openings, at least being in the $10,000 range. And then,
So it's safe to say between $80,000 and $100,000 would cover it completely.
I would think so. And then keep in mind, we currently have those flood panels in our contract. So we would obviously issue the credit back for those flood panels. And that's the panels, that we, I guess, you all decided that you probably don't want to deploy, which I think is a great thought. So those flood panels are like $22,000 or $23,000. So, of course, we would issue that credit back, being that we're not going to be doing those.
One more question about those doors. You said we wouldn't, what if it was 5 or 10 years before we got another flood? Is there any way to test them?
Oh, I'm sure. And that's probably a recommendation from the manufacturers. Do a test, an annual test, I suspect. Or
so that we know.
And is
yeah,
there a guarantee, a lifetime guarantee on them, or?
A warranty.
I'm sure there's a warranty. Charlie's more familiar with this door system than I am, because that's one that he'd found and explored. But I'm sure there'd be a warranty. I don't know if that's a 1 year or 5 year or 10 years. I doubt a lifetime. I mean, about the only thing I see a lifetime in anymore is a shingle, and it's really not a lifetime. But that's certainly something that Charlie or myself will verify and can share with you all as soon as possible. So
Manual operation, like it's not something that you can't.
Is there a manual
manually
operation to override the closing of the door?
yes, I think so. I think that's probably a thing, a requirement by law or code that you'd have to for exit way in case of, you say you had a power outage. I don't know if there's a battery backup. I suspect there is, and I apologize for not having more knowledge about this system. Uh, like I said, Charlie had found this one, and I just asked the one question this morning about the interior mount as opposed to the exterior. But that's something we,
Get us some information.
yes,
Later,
absolutely.
that way we'll be able to discuss, the possibilities.
Did you
Yes,
have another option that you wanted to outline for us?
yes, please. The second option, I had shared that with Alita this morning. Basically, it would be removing the existing door systems that you have, reducing the side light area up to 5 feet because that's our protected line, 5 feet high, and install a single door, which that's what you have now, single hinge door with a vision light or glass area, for lack of better words, in the upper half above the 5 foot line. So basically, it would look like a steel door, and there's a couple of different light options. You can have round, or you can have a square vision kit, and then, like I said, then you'd have your typical storefront, like you do now, from the ceiling down to the 5 foot line. And we would have to pour concrete or lay masonry, and I tend to like the concrete version better, just for being more secure, I guess, and flood resistant, to mount the frame too, because the frame is quite heavy as well. We would still engage a structural engineer for that. So it'd be a single door with some glass in it, and you'd still could maintain your side light similar to what you have, not exact as you have now, down to the 5 foot mark. Now, I guess one of the pros to that system is, it's just a manual system as you have currently. There's no automation to it, no sensors. It may not look as, I guess, from an aesthetic standpoint, may not look as good as what you have now, your standard storefront, but it would be your primary, entrance and exit door. So I don't know if Lita, if you can retrieve that email I sent you this morning. Mike, I think I text Mike that link that shows those glass options in that door. Mike, you may, if you can hear me, maybe pass your phone around if you don't mind, and show them. And you can paint the door in different colors, if you want to.
Yeah, she's printed it out for us.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I got kind of excited about this particular door.
Which
For
one?
a couple of different, but price was one of them. The reinforcing and the waterproofing around it is about as much as the doors, but those doors are,
Brian, they're not sure which door you're talking about.
Is it,
That's the second option.
we
that right?
like the second one, the white door, but are you talking about the first one that are tan, 2 doors,
Or the blue.
or the on the back?
Yeah, the white one doesn't look like it would be flood proof.
It doesn't.
No.
It looks normal.
Yeah, so I think, are you saying that
The top one?
that the bottom is what we have now, and then the top is what you would replace them with?
no, okay, the top one shows double doors. It shows double doors with, glass in about
Right.
half of the. Okay. In our instance, we'd have a single door, because we don't have double doors up there now. We have a single door. So if you could imagine a single door, could be painted gray or red or whichever color. That's just a painted gray door. That just showing you what the glass could look like. It's about a 22 by 22 inch square. So just under 2 feet square, in the upper portion of that door.
Like futuristic.
Now, the center one there, that's just a different application with some side lights. If you see those side lights there, if you could envision taking out the grids and envisioning just solid glass, of course, in this example here, the glass comes down to about the hinge, which that tells me that that is below the 5 foot mark. You know,
Right.
these are just generic illustrations.
Okay, so it would be, the windows would be higher. You're just using that as
Yeah.
a,
Yes, yeah, don't take this literal for our application. That was part of their website that showed the different glass options. You've got square, you put grids in them, or the last one that just shows the round glass in the door, you know.
but now that door, the door with the two side lights, it looks like, I mean, the bottom of the door doesn't look, I mean, is that gonna be a waterproof door? It looks like water could
Yeah.
come in.
Underneath.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak of the exact, I'm sure there's a seal there.
Okay, okay, you just can't see it, okay.
Or yeah, I think really in these 3 illustrations here, they're just showing you the examples of glass that can be in the doors, not so much the surroundings, but so I mean, no, we don't have grids anywhere up there in the library. You know, my first choice would be probably the upper one that gives you as much light as possible in that door, or the last one looks kind of cool and modern. You know, of course, the painted blue is kind of dominating that picture, I think. But now I will say, you know,
They just
It
wouldn't.
would, oh,
Sidelights.
they'd just be.
They'd just be from the flood line up, so.
yes,
So
no
there's-
glass below the 5 foot line. That's the whole.
Right,
Like I said, we can paint the door whatever color you all desire. Now, the pricing, I'm a little cautious at this point. Of course, you know, they still have to do shop drawings, and the one, I guess, deficiency that I see in his quote is it's non-fire rated. And I think, and I've asked a question this morning, and he said that he would verify and get back with me hopefully today or tomorrow. I think we have to have at least a 20-minute or maybe a 60-minute, and Charlie can tell us fire rating for those doors. So, like I said, his pricing is pretty attractive, and I can tell you what that is. But I'm a little cautious, just because I got another quote this morning from another company of a very similar door, and I can send it to Alita now, just so you all know. Those doors are nearly $90,000 each. $90,000 each.
$90,000 each for those doors.
For these?
No.
For the
For the
first,
third, but these here are $30,500. That does not include the fire rating, and you know the fire rating may only be $1,000. It could be $5,000, but like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic with a 30,500 plus the reinforcing and the installation. So I think these doors here would be in the neighborhood of 60 to 65,000 minus your credit for your panels. Once again, that holds constant. I'm pulling up here this third option just so you can see just the price difference. Just here. Okay. I'm gonna forward this to Alita. This is not my proposal in any way, but I'm just sharing it so you can see the difference. but it was $92,421 for the front, and the rear is $90,638. So that's nothing to really consider today. I mean, I don't think. But when we go from 30 to 90, we
So-
have to be a little.
So just to clarify, you're talking about the automated deploying waterproof doors.
For the last one.
No, these are side hinged
Yeah.
flood barrier,
Okay, okay.
including all mounting hardware.
So that's the third option.
Bolt in place.
Yeah.
Yes, the third option is,
Okay.
I mean, at least from a price standpoint, it's nearly triple of everything we talked about this morning. I'm just sharing with you just
This is
some of
a
these prices
swing
vary.
shut. Is this a swing shut gate? Kind of,
The third one.
Yeah,
the one that
Yeah.
you just said?
yes, from Kevin. It's from the pre-spray. And in that version there too, I think it refers to inflatable, and I think that's something that you actually have to actually come and inflate the seals. I think, like I said, I just got this here just moments before the meeting started. Haven't talked to him about it, but they call it a gate. It's actually 7 feet high. So it's essentially a
Yeah.
door.
Can you send a picture of the third option? Do you have something?
The pre-spray.
Let me see here if he's got a picture.
Wait till next
See.
week.
Yeah, it should be in that same, or actually in that same email, but a different attachment. The inflatable seals, that's the part that I don't know. See here. I don't know if you actually have to deploy someone to go. And if you do, I think that defeats the whole purpose.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe not. Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm reading here in the page 2. If you look at the top, it says air connection ports for dual seals filled with compressed air from compressor or portable tank or hand pump. So once again, that defeats the whole purpose. I mean, so there you go. You can spend over $90,000 plus installation and still have to manually go out and inflate. So
yeah, I think
I think that's just, anyway, I'm just sharing
Would
what
it
some of
be-
these doors cost.
Would it be better for you just to give us pictures and price of the two options then?
The next time.
And next time, as soon as possible, and then we could go ahead and vote on it?
I can, because I will need to, I really intended to give you formal pricing this morning of both options, but one, Charlie never, he couldn't get a final price from the company. First of all, they just gave him a range, which that's a pretty good range, 32 to 35 each. But in my situation, or actually both of them, it requires structural engineering. I need to talk to Pogue engineers now that we have the weights of these doors and what kind of structural reinforcing they will demand. So I will contact Pogue today and see if I can't get them up there. And hopefully we will not have to get them up there because they were the original structural engineers, and I actually gave Charlie plans at the last meeting so he would have, so if he needed to coordinate with Pogue, he could. So anyway, we'll try to make that as simple as possible. But yes, yes, I can get you formal pricing on both options and do you a rendering of what it would look like from the curb with the side lights, if either way. So
And we can call a special meeting and get this
Approve that.
approved really fast and get it
Yeah.
back to you.
Yeah. But yeah,
Question. I thought we had talked before about getting the shutters for the doors that you just turn a key or push a button and they deploy every night when you leave. Could you not find those?
well, yes, well, and that is similar to what this, the automated system is, but what you just spoke of, the manual one, we can get a shutter, but it's not waterproof. We could still do that, but you know, but I can't find one that gives you a waterproof condition. Yes, from a theft deterrent, yes, that's what it would serve. But in this automated rolling door, it is flood proof. So you wouldn't do both necessarily unless you just wanted to, you know, that third protection for theft, you know, during the night hours. But we did talk about that, but I cannot find one that is flood proof. The flood proofing, you know, when they factor, when I tell them the 5 feet protected line, then there goes your the weight, and you know it has to resist the hydrostatic pressure up to 5 feet. So, you know, when I tell them that flood line, that changes that door, you know, components, you know, in every way.
Okay, so we got the door, that you've got in the picture, then we would not need the roll down door?
Correct. For flooding purposes, yes, that's
And-
correct.
Flood-proof doors were like 90,000 each, is that right?
Well, that was the third option that I shared with you. That's the most expensive one that I've seen yet. But yes, 92 and 90 each. So you're 192,000 plus the reinforcing. So I mean, that's.
Yes. But the first option, the automated deploying waterproof doors, were between 32 and 35 with about $10,000 in structural
Reinforced.
modification.
Yep. Now, that's my envision without talking to the structural engineer of what I would envision of needing to be done to support 1,250 pounds, because you know that door's going to be retracted, you know, 99% of the time. I mean, nearly, yeah. So you would have 2 columns inside and a steel beam overhead that I would, or maybe 2 beams overhead, but that's kind of what I would envision it would take to hold up, you know, 1,500 pounds all the time. So yes, and like I said, then you would get your credit back for your panels that we would not be doing. And then you know, we talked about extending that brick wall over to the building. We could still do that regardless of what we do, or I mean, if that's what you all want to do, we could, but we did talk about that, but that doesn't really change either of the doors that we do. That would just be an added protection.
I didn't see prices for the flood doors, the 3 different styles. Did I miss them somewhere?
No, because well, the first one, Charlie just said in his email, I think this morning, you know, we did not have formal pricing on those. He just said the rep told him 32 to 35.
It's what they're going to submit.
Right.
So okay.
The specific.
Because the flood-proof doors sound like they would be the easiest option for staff coming and going. And
you say flood proof.
The 3 pictures that you sent.
Okay, got you. Okay, Alita, I'm going to forward you right now just so you all can see the pricing that Greg sent. If y'all bear with me, here you go. I just sent you that pricing for the 3 doors or the 3-door styles, and you can see his notes there.
There it is.
So if you scroll down, He's got it highlighted. Price for 2 flood doors, including shipping to site, 30,500. And you can see his notes above. You know,
Yep.
we do the
The
concrete or the field concrete masonry.
anchoring, custom vision panel, standard hydrostatic only, water protection 60 inches, which is 5 foot. And this is the one that you have to check the fire rating on?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Now,
I think if the fire rating is high enough, we should just go with flood-proof doors.
Right. The first option that you described.
Yeah, these,
Well,
these.
yeah. Mhm.
and you can see that lead at the very top there in the email I just sent you. He says, yes, they can be ordered with a fire rating because I previously read the one that he proposed at 30,500 were not. He says they can be at an extra cost. Okay. Now we go. This may change matters. However, the door will not have a vision panel. Note, I will not know until tomorrow, Tuesday, if they can offer the fire rated door with a vision panel. So that may change. So he's kind of speaking kind of loosely there. So hopefully he can get a fire rated door with a vision panel. Maybe that would maybe just change the glass type. That's typically what it changes in other doors is the glass type. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there, and hopefully he can provide. And and I can look to another company. Maybe we can find a very similar company, similar door. Maybe it's just a different company, and if perhaps he cannot do the fire rated, hopefully we can find one that can. But that's probably the simplest and the most practical. But like I said, I can talk to Charlie and explore the automated doors and the sensors and the battery backup, and if that's the version that you all would prefer.
I think we need to table this until we have some answers or something we can
Right.
vote on.
Yeah, I can,
Mhm.
And then
when we
we can
have
come back to
the
the table.
information, I can call a special meeting and we can get everybody here again.
Mhm.
I'm forwarding the quote for these doors to you guys.
Thank you, because I'm going door crazy.
Right.
I know there's a lot to consider there,
Oh, yeah,
There is.
especially when you're talking 30 versus 90. Actually, 90 times 2. So
Mhm.
yes. But yes, I will continue working on this with Charlie, and hopefully in the next week or two, or if if it gets close to your next meeting. I mean, this is not really going to hold up what we're doing. It's not going to hold up progress right now. It's something we're going to have to deal with, but it's not holding up progress.
We can, as soon as you get us those, then we can go ahead and call a special meeting and vote on that real fast.
Right.
Okay.
That'd be no-
Okay. That sounds great.
Okay,
Do we want to talk about the brick now or not?
we need to make a decision of bricks, you can move forward with
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So that's
here's
the rate of
the
it.
main color we've got
The
now,
existing brick.
Yes.
Mhm.
and this is also the existing brick, that's
Yeah.
the accent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
And
this is the texture of it.
So it's a
So-
little different than
Yeah.
what's there?
so,
I'm just curious why the texture is different
The texture is different on this than
than what's already there.
than what's already there.
Because this is more, do you know why, Ryan?
Let me say this, Mike. I think those accent bricks that we have there are not the same brick on the wall, because the rep in South Carolina says that he knows exactly the brick that we have. So the accent samples that you have there, I don't think are the match. But he's assured me that we can get the same accent brick as we have. So, sorry for that confusion there, but, those samples do not reflect what's on the wall up there today.
Dutch gray velour or whatever the guy at the.
Whatever he
plant
says.
Yeah.
So you wanna, at one point, we were talking about an accent. Yeah, but just.
So I guess the consideration and the vote today would be if we can maintain what we have, which I have been told that we can. I've not physically seen those brick, but he says that he knows what we've got. If we can maintain that, or maybe the decision is that y'all simply want to do an accent period. And if you do, then that's fine too. But if we want to match what's up there, then we will just, carry along of doing so.
Just keep what we have.
So stick with the red and gray.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's stick with the red
Yeah,
and
we
gray.
have lots more.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's a very reasonable decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if
Okay.
it looks a little different, that's because it's newer. And
Right, and
that's
okay.
what we can tell people.
Get 'em
It's the
weathered.
plug line.
Yeah,
Yes, I mean, it should be very, very close. I'm not saying you wouldn't walk up to it and could tell that, there's 12 years difference, and I think we'll all be able to see that slight, but, in an overall, standpoint, they would be the same. And that's the way bricks are, as you all probably know,
Well, 100 years now, who knows the difference?
that's right.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
the only decision you currently need from us?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you,
Great,
Brian.
thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all.
Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
I will.
Let me know when you've got the stuff and we need to have a meeting for the doors and I'll set it up.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you all again. Appreciate you so much. Bye.